Let's get drunk. Cue the jazz music. I'm most definitely gonna be intoxicated by the end of this video. I am a fucking lightweight, you don't understand. Couple beers, couple imperial stouts, I'm right there. So this is gonna be interesting. Doing a whiskey tasting of sorts. Had a friend of mine sent me some whiskey in these little, cute little adorable jars. I have no idea what they are. They're labeled Bourbon 1, Bourbon 2, Bourbon 3, and Bourbon 4. 4 different bourbons. I did have him send me a Facebook message that actually specifies what each individual one is, but I haven't looked at the message, so I thought it'd be fun to kind of just line them up, taste them on their own, not knowing what they are, who makes them, what distillery they come from, what the mash bill is, nothing. I know nothing about them other than the numbers. So I figured halfway through or like towards the end of this little tasting, I will open the message and we'll get to see. Who knows, maybe they're like $20 bourbons, maybe one of them is like a $150 bourbon. No idea. This is like gonna be the coolest fucking video I've done so far. It's gonna be fun. I got some coffee. Cleanse the palate, or not really cleanse the palate. There's something about, I don't know, I've seen people, they like smell when they smell coffee, or when they're doing like a whiskey tasting, in between whiskeys, they'll smell coffee to like clear out their, I don't know, their system. It's like a thing. We'll see if it actually works. Who knows? I got some water to cleanse the palate in between. 4 different glasses, 4 different bourbons. Let's fucking do it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark each individual glass so I don't lose track. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Completely sober right now, so it should be real interesting. You'll get to see my downfall. These are all sealed with like, what is this? It's like not tape, it's like some weird thing. What the fuck is this? I don't know what you sealed this with, Rob, but good job. Everyone in the comments, fucking shout out Rob. I say, Rob, you're the man in the comments right now. Because he is the man. Anyone who sends someone else free bourbon is the man in my book. All right, bourbon number 1. That one's fairly dark. I feel like I need to lower this camera. You can't really see the fucking glasses. There it is. How does that look? Bourbon number 1. Bourbon numero dos. A little bit lighter in color. Number 3. A little bit. That's good. Number 4. All right, we got 4 different bourbons. This is overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really, what is that? I'm not really good at, when it comes to like flavor, I don't know. I'm not the best at describing, like when it comes to food, I'm really good at describing flavor, but when it comes to bourbon and whiskeys, I'm just not good at like, oh, I taste cherry or green apple or cinnamon or baking spices or caramel or butterscotch, or like, I'm just not good at it when it comes to whiskeys. It's like it's almost an acquired skill, something that just takes time, I guess. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give it my best shot. So when you're smelling whiskey, from what I've seen from people who actually work at distilleries, the best thing to do is to keep your mouth and your nose open, because you actually smell through your mouth. So they say, which is an interesting thing that doesn't really make fucking sense. How do you smell through your mouth? But instead of just, right, you open up your mouth a little bit, and you inhale through your nose simultaneously to really smell everything better, I guess. And if you guys remember Jonathan was on the channel way back in the fucking beginning. That man is basically taught me everything I know about whiskey. And he would tell you that a couple drops of water, literally a couple drops, will open everything up. Just a touch. Just open it up, give it a nice swirl, let it breathe for a second. And then the way that he taught me to smell whiskey was to kind of find that sweet spot, right? So instead of just taking a glass and shoving your nose in it, what you're doing there is you're just inhaling alcohol fumes, right? You're just like burning your nostrils. So instead of going in there and trying to really get in there and like, let me smell that whiskey. No, you find this sweet spot as far as like the distance between your nose and the actual liquid. The dog is making noise in the background as usual. So right, so you're finding this kind of sweet spot, like right here. Yeah, I can smell a little bit. When I get real up close, I smell plenty, but I'm also burning. My nose is burning, so it's not the best kind of sweet spot. The sweet spot is right in between back here and being way up close and finding that sweet spot to sniff. So I'm starting here, I'm coming out, I'm finding that sweet spot, trying to simultaneously keep my mouth and my nose open. It's like it's an art form. It really is. Smelling whiskey is not just putting your nose into it and just, it's not that simple, right? I mean, it can be, but I think there's more of an art form to it. So right now, what do I smell? Number one, I smell caramel. I smell maybe some cherry. Nail polish remover. Let's taste it. That one seems, that's definitely not a 80 proofer. Number one is not an 80 proofer. There's no fucking way. I'm gonna guess that's 50+% alcohol. Fairly spicy, it's got some spiciness to it. I would imagine this is more on the rye side, like when it comes down to the mash bill. I'm going to guess that number one is more rye heavy. Obviously it being a bourbon, it's 51% or more corn based, but I would say there's a fair amount of rye in there. I like it. I don't know that I love it. I'm still trying to pick it apart. Some type of fruit. I can't figure out what the fruit is. Like, it's on the tip of my tongue. That one's good. Let's come back to that one. Cleanse the palate, a little bit of water. Sniff some coffee. Number two. Let's do the same thing. A little bit of water. A little bit. Bam. A little swirl. Ooh, banana. More caramel, vanilla, maybe. I don't think this is as high as a proof as the first one. Like when I get in there, it's not really burning my nose like the first one. When I got in there, it was burning my nose, which tells me a fair more amount of alcohol in the first one. I would say this one's probably like 45%, so 90 proof, whereas that first one was probably closer to 100 proof or more. This one smells, I don't know, creamy. Really nice mouthfeel on that. I don't know why. I feel like number two is some type of Old Forest or something. I have this weird feeling. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. I don't know. This has like Old Forester kind of bubblegummy vibes to it. Because when I smell Old Forester, the rye or the bourbon, and like the 19 anythings, like the first thing I smell is bubblegum. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is an Old Forester product. Very different than the first one. But again, like yeah, caramel, yeah, oak, vanilla. I do get banana, but besides those like main notes, I don't know what else I'm getting. Number three, we're gonna circle back, but I'm already starting to get a little, it's starting to hit me. A little bit of water, sniff some more coffee. Number three, I have a good feeling about number three. Oh, almost forgot. Let's, intermission. Very important intermission right now. Essential. Some guys like to do a little cigar and bourbon. I'm gonna smoke a hemp joint. A little hemp joint and bourbon. Intermission, very important. We gotta do it. We're 16. How are we we're 16 minutes in? Jesus Christ. The fuck have I been talking about for the last 16 minutes? I just got weed in my mouth. Not weed, hemp. It's definitely hemp, I promise. What if I just drop some ash into the glass right now? That would not be, that'd be no bueno. Oh, that's good. That's good. All right, number three. Let me rinse my mouth. Let's see if the hemp joint made me, my sense of smell more discerning. Ooh, super butterscotchy caramel. Yes, absolutely. Butterscotch caramel. Like, I'm getting caramel across the board, which is, it's bourbon. So like, that's typical, right? But this one, I'm also getting butterscotchiness. I mean, they're similar, but yeah, like a Werther's original butterscotch candy fucking sick, delicious fat boy combination. It's like a light fruit. I don't know what the fruit is though. There's so many fucking fruits. What is it? What is that? It's like a fruit. That's my problem when it comes to whiskeys. Like, it's the fruit. Like, yes, obviously the desserty things everyone's gonna pick up on, but like when it comes to the fruity notes, I really struggle to figure out what it is I'm smelling or tasting. Let's see. That's my favorite one yet. Number three is, whoa, we gotta definitely, I wanna like go back We gotta do like a train. We gotta come back around, do number 1, 2, and 3, and eventually 4, and try them all over again side by side. I really like number 3. They're getting better. Well, number 1 was cool. Number 2 was, I enjoyed that one, and number 3 is like, it's just getting better as we go down the line. Incredibly smooth, luscious, creamy mouthfeel. That's fabulous. I wonder how he ordered these. Did he order them like in his mind worst to first, or did he order them by price? How much they, I don't know. I can't wait to look at the list. It's gonna be really interesting. Number 3, ooh. Very desserty, very desserty. Cookies. That's just popped in my head. I don't know. Cookies. That's what I thought of. I really like number 3. Fuck, that's good. Oh my God, number 4. It's starting to heat up right now. This is like hot ones for whiskey. That's what we're doing. Fuck it. Shit, I may have just came up with a great idea. Hot ones, like the show, but with whiskey instead of, I may have to cut this part out because that's a fucking great idea. All right, number 4, let's fucking do it. I don't really know what the coffee's doing. Is it really do anything? Does it like, what is it? Does it like clear out your nostrils and like your sinuses and like, how does it cleanse your palate by sniffing coffee? Someone needs to explain that in the comments, please. For the love of God, I don't understand. I don't feel any different after I smell the coffee. Drinking the water definitely helps. Number 4, put a little water in. Just a touch. There she is. Tell me you couldn't just watch whiskey being swirled in the glass on repeat for like 3 hours. It's beautiful. Number 4. This one's definitely right off the bat more on the fruity side of things. I'm getting way more fruit. Like when I smell number 3, I smell dessert, I smell butterscotch, I smell caramel. When I smell number 4, yes, I get all of that, but much more fruity. Maybe some, what fucking fruit is that? I gotta pick a fruit. Some type of berry, maybe? Maybe. Let's taste it. No, that one's super spicy. That one's gotta be a real high rye. That has to be a real high rye. If this isn't a real fucking high rye, then I know nothing about bourbon. Because this to me is, it's weird. It's smelt fruity. It doesn't taste fruity, but it's spicy. It's like rye type of spicy bourbon. This has to be a high rye mash bill. Not crazy about this one. Yeah, I could see some fruitiness in the taste. Not as fruity as it smells. It's less sweet than I think why I like number 3, I think what I'm realizing is I like sweet bourbons. I just do. I like sweet bourbons. That's what it is. Number 3 is very sweet, like the creamy, luscious mouthfeel and desserty. This doesn't have that for me. It's not super desserty. It's not creamy. It's much drier than number 3, whereas like number 3 is like fucking just sweet and juicy and all that goodness, and this is just more oaky, more spicy, less sweet, still good, enjoyable. I would sip it, but like number 3 was, yeah. So what should I do now? Should we look at the notes? Should we look at the official list and then go back, or should I drink it one more time? Let's do a quick little back-to-back sip and then we'll look at it. Number 1's good. I like that one. Number 2's, yes, better. It like takes a second. Once it's the back of your throat though, you're like, oh, it like evolves. Like the moment it hits your lips and your tongue, it's like, this is okay. And then it hits like within a second later, by the time it hits the back of your throat, you're like, oh damn, fucking evolution just quickly evolves into something very yummy and tasty. But it takes a second to like take effect, if that makes sense. Number 3. Oh, I really like number 3. Just like the moment it hits your lips, unlike number 2, like the moment it hits your lips, you're like, fuck, I like this. Creamy, delicious, desserty, sweeter than the rest. And then number 4. Yes, definitely more woody. Now it's like, it's making sense in my brain. More woody, more oaky, more spicy. My least favorite of the bunch, number 4. I would probably go, I don't know, my favorite, number 3. My second favorite, number 2. My third favorite, number 1, and my least favorite, number 4. Let's look at the fucking list. Number 1 and number 2 are kind of, they're real close. They're like neck and neck. I'm not actually sure. I'm still undecided. Number 3 is definitely the winner of the bunch for me personally, and number 1, number 2 are neck and neck. I still haven't decided. I gotta figure out which one I like better. Number 4 is sitting at the bottom of the list. Still respectable, still good, just not my favorite. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. Okay, Rob, the man who sent me all this fucking free bourbon. Oh shit, this is fucked up. Wait a second. All right, number 1 is a Belle Meade. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's gotta be Belle Meade. Yeah, Belle Meade Cask Strength Reserve. Okay, that makes sense. Right off the bat, I was like, I knew that number 1 it had to be a cask strength barrel proof. That's annoying that they have 2 fucking terms. I feel like there's like 4 terms for it now. I can't even say it. Cask strength, barrel proof. It's like full proof. They like all mean the fucking same thing, but everyone has to come up with their own like lingo for it. That's annoying. But yeah, number 1 was clearly of a higher proof. That's the Belle Meade. Okay, never had Belle Meade. Heard of them, don't know anything about them. Never had it before. Number 2, Smoke Wagon Desert Jewel Reserve. No idea what that is. That sounds like some like exclusive shit that nobody knows about. Number 3, Traverse City Barrel Proof. That's interesting, because, okay, so number 3 is a barrel proof, but when I took that first sip, it didn't seem like a barrel proof, like a full, cask strength barrel proof, whatever the fuck you want to call it, bourbon. It was really smooth for being a barrel proof. That's very interesting. Okay, so number 3, yeah, Traverse City Barrel Proof Cherry Whiskey. Interesting. See, that makes sense. What the fuck? Yeah, I can see the cherry now. There was like some fruit, I just couldn't figure out what it was. Shit. Cherry whiskey, but it's not like flavored cherry whiskey. I can't imagine, because it's not like, it's sweet, but it's not like sweetened bourbon. Like some like imagine like Sky vodka sweetened fucking vodka, like fruit vodka. It's not like fake synthetic cherry sweetened whiskey. I can't imagine. So wait, it's not even a bourbon then. It says whiskey. Is it a bourbon? We gotta go look these up. And then number 4, the most fucking shocking thing from this list is number 4 is the one that if I looked at this list, I would say, oh, I want that. That sounds great. I'll take that. Give me that one. That sounds like a winner. Number 4 is Elijah Craig 18 year. An 18-year Elijah Craig, my least favorite. Again, like if I looked at this list, I wouldn't have a doubt in my mind that the Elijah Craig would be my favorite. That it would be the one I would order at a bar out of this entire list, and it's my least favorite. That is shocking. Wow. Okay, fuck me. This is crazy. This is blowing my mind. But let's look up the Belle Meade real quick. This is gonna be like a fucking hour-long video at this rate. So the Belle Meade Cask Strength Reserve is a $64 bottle of bourbon. It's one of the 2018 top 20 whiskeys, according to Google. If you Google, 56.2%. That makes sense. Aged 6 years, priced around 60 bucks. 64% corn, 30% rye, 6% malted barley. Warm flavors of cinnamon, baking spice, rye spice, and spice syrup. Heavy punch of ethanol. Yes. Palate is sweet and full of cinnamon, apples, and pie crust. Let's see if I can actually taste that now. Plump raisins, touch of caramel, allspice. Yeah, when you read it, I could see all of that. Yeah, the apple, maybe. Okay, I can see the apple. Yeah, $64 Belle Meade Cask Strength Reserve. Fuck me. Shit's about to go off the rail because I'm getting there. Yeah, it's like I like that first one. It's not amazing. I'm not like I want to go buy this bottle. I want to buy a whole case of it, but it's good. All right, number 2 is a Smoke Wagon Desert Jewel Reserve. Let's see what the price is on this. $90. See, like me, like I'm a cheap son of a bitch. I would spend $90 on a bottle of Japanese whiskey because I love Japanese whiskey, but not on a bottle, maybe on a bottle of bourbon. I would. I'm super cheap, so I buy like the $40, $50 range personally. That's just me. So yeah, it looks like a $90 bottle of bourbon. It doesn't actually say bourbon. Is it bourbon? It just says whiskey. Is it bourbon? Yeah, no, it's straight bourbon whiskey, okay. Out of Las Vegas? What? Or no, it's named after, I think I'm reading the wrong thing. What the fuck? Oh, it is no, yeah, it's a 10-year. Okay, no, I am reading the right thing. So it's a 10-year whiskey, 10-year bourbon. Tasting notes, right off the nose, I get a handful of sweet pecan. Oh boy, there's gonna be a war in the comments. Is it pecan or pecan? Sweet pecan, pralines, and sweet buttercream. There are lots of fruit notes like figs, dried apple, raisins, and dates, all very deep and well-rounded. Whoa, someone's selling this shit for $500. What? That's too much. Dark fruit, cinnamon, vanilla, and oak. See, that's the thing, like everybody's palate is different. So I could read 10 different reviews and everyone's gonna taste fucking something different. And I'm gonna taste something different. Yeah, it's decided. Number 2 is my second favorite over number 1. Absolutely. Number 3 is still my favorite. Then number 2, then number 1, then number 4. Number 2 is actually really nice. It's very nice. Now I'm like, kind of got to know it. I let it breathe for a few minutes. I tried some other ones. I circled back. Now I'm like really appreciating number 2 more than if I had just bought it and tried it on its own. I think that's the beauty of doing like a whiskey tasting flight type of thing like this, is it's like you get to really figure out what you really like by trying a bunch side by side, because they're all incredibly different. They all have their own unique characteristics. Number 3, let's circle back. Traverse City Barrel Proof Cherry Whiskey. Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen this. So it looks like a $40 bottle. And now, of course, that cherry's been planted in my mind. Most definitely tastes cherry, but it's not that fake synthetic cherry. It's real fucking cherry. That one is fabulous. Very just interesting, unique, like that just legit real cherry flavor, like cherry, bourbon, caramel. They all beautifully. Number 4, the Elijah Craig 18-year. Can't believe I don't like this one. So we'll give it one last sip. Just doesn't do it for me. I don't know. I'm baffled, but I'm also happy because now I'll never waste money on an 18-year fucking Elijah Craig. Let's see how much it costs real quick. I just don't like it. I don't know. Elijah Craig 18. How much is it going for? What? Rob is gonna be pissed at me. He sent me fucking Elijah Craig. He took some of his own Elijah Craig 18 years, sent it to me, and I don't even fucking like it. And some of these places, yeah, it's going for like $350, $400 a bottle. I feel kind of bad. I'm gonna try and like it. I'm gonna spend some more time with it, try and like it. I gotta end this video because I'm running out of fucking space. Thank you for fucking watching. I love you. Like, comment, subscribe. It goes without being said. Like, the like button is right there. If you want to see me do more reviews, whiskey fucking reviews, if I should do more of this, let me know in the comments. Check out some of the other videos too. If you like this, I got a slew of fucking food reviews, beer reviews, all that shit. You know what I'm gonna say, right? I'm out. This was fun. Elijah Craig 18. Unfucking believable.